Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rainbow Six Siege Operator Guide. Man, it's been so long since I've said that, it makes me happy to say it again. In this video, I will be discussing Jackal, an offensive operator for the GEOCTU. He's a part of the Velvet Shell DLC that is recently released, so yeah. He can wield the ITA-12L shotgun, the PDW-9 submachine gun, and the C7E assault rifle as primary weapons. He can also wield the ITA-12S shotgun or the USP-40 handgun as his secondaries. In addition to these weapons, Jackal can bring stun grenades or breaching charges into the siege as his secondary gadget. Before we continue with the guide, please consider liking the video to help out the channel and subscribing to the channel for more amazing Rainbow Six Siege content. With that out of the way, let's begin. His primary weapons all serve a different purpose. The C7E assault rifle has average damage, above average fire rate, and a magazine capacity of 30. It also has low recoil that is easily controllable. I recommend you stay at long range, since of all of Jackal's primaries, the C7E has the most range and is the easiest to use at longer ranges. I also recommend you aim for that one lethal headshot, which is easier to hit due to the low recoil. Since it has pretty high fire rate, don't be scared to spray and pray if you absolutely need to, because it might save your life. The PDW-9 has average damage, average fire rate, and a giant magazine size of 50 rounds. That's huge. Also, the recoil is pretty controllable. It might take a few matches to kind of nail it down, though. I also recommend that you burst fire your shots, because this can really help with gun control. Because if you just hold down the fire button and shoot all 50 rounds, you're going to have a hard time controlling all that, just all the kick from all those bullets. So just tap fire and try to be more accurate than getting out as many bullets as humanly possible, because accuracy always wins in Siege. Since the PDW-9 has a 50 round magazine, a lot of options are open. As always, I recommend you line up that one headshot because it's the fastest and easiest way of dispatching your foes, but you can also suppress easily. If you know an enemy is in a corner but you don't have a clear shot on them, fire anyways. This will keep them in the corner so one of your teammates can flank and take them down. The ITA-12L shotgun does above average damage, is pump action, and has a magazine capacity of 8. Use the damage of the shotgun to shut down your enemies in close quarters while you're breaching the objective area or just roaming around, and to open up murder holes, because even though Jackal is an attacker, murder holes can still be extremely useful. Now, to the secondaries. The USP-40 does average damage and has a magazine capacity of 12. It's a pretty reliable sidearm, it does nice damage, and can get the job done. Also, it has very little recoil, so lining up that one-shot headshot is a breeze, and it's kind of fun to do. The ITA-12S is pretty similar to its primary counterpart. The only difference is between damage and capacity. The ITA-12S does more damage and has a smaller capacity of only 5 shells instead of the 8 for the primary weapon. If you get in close, this can easily shut down an enemy defender, but the reload time is quite slow, so be careful about when and where you decide to reload at. As for your secondary gadget, it really depends on your personal playstyle. If you want to give more breaching options to your team, or want to breach alone, go all lone wolf, take the breaching charges. If you want to get an edge in a firefight, or help your team by putting your enemies at a disadvantage, take the stun grenades. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, his special ability. Jackal has access to the Inox, a helmet-mounted gadget that allows him to see footprints. When using the Inox, the footprints will be different colors. The hotter the color, the more recent the tracks were left behind. Blue tracks were left the longest time ago. Yellow were somewhere in the middle, and red tracks are extremely recent. If you see red tracks, take your eyes off the ground because your enemy is very close and is probably within killing distance of you. In addition to being able to see enemy tracks and how recently they were left, Jackal can also scan the tracks. Scanning the tracks takes a couple of seconds. Once the scan is complete, the enemy who left the prints will be marked for your entire team to see. It acts exactly like being spotted by a camera. Every 10 seconds for 1 minute, the marked enemy will ping, updating you and your team's UI on where the enemy has moved. It also is important to note that you can only scan 3 sets of prints. After you use all 3, it's up to your tracking skills and team communication to hunt your enemies down. Another thing that's very important to note is that the Inox ability does not work in Terror Stunt. You cannot see the footprints of terrorists, and I don't know why they made this decision, but yeah, he's kind of useless in Terrorist Hunt as of the moment. They might update the game later and make it to where his ability does work, but you never know. Let's discuss some tactics. Jackal can really help hunt down roamers before they flank your team. I suggest breaching. Once in, scan the first set of tracks you find. This can reveal where the objective room is if you haven't found it already, because someone might be camping in the objective room, or a roamer. If it's a roamer, I suggest you try to hunt them down, but you have to be careful. If you go alone, stay alive at all costs because your Inox are extremely important asset to your team. If you go hunting with a friend, use teamwork to outsmart and outgun the enemy roamer. For those of you that are more team-oriented, try communicating where enemy tracks are leading. For example, if you see two sets of tracks, one going to the left through a hallway and the other headed straight to the objective room, let your team know. Once your team knows what tracks are headed where, try to talk to them and agree upon a strategy. Remember, in Siege, intel is power, so the more intel you share with your team, the better chance you have of winning. Now, let's get to combos and counters. Jackal can combo well with most operators. He should partner up with operators that can protect him while he is scanning and tracking down enemies, or he should partner up with operators that can assist him in hunting down enemies. This means Blitz is a great combo with Jackal. Blitz can use his shield to help protect Jackal while he is tracking, and his flash shield can turn the hunted enemy to an easy kill once Jackal tracks them down. Another great combo with Jackal is IQ. She can use her electronics detector to help Jackal narrow down where enemies are and help pinpoint their exact location. For example, if Jackal is tracking Pulse, he can lead your team to the room that he is in. But IQ can pinpoint exactly where Pulse is within the room, so you know exactly where he is and exactly where to shoot to take him out through a wall or a window or whatever. Now, to the counters, and there are quite a few. The operators that can counter Jackal need to be able to take him out while he is scanning prints or hunting roamers. Also, having no footprints help. With that said, Caviar is the best counter to Jackal. Caviar can use her silent step, which leaves no prints for Jackal to scan, to flank Jackal and take him out. Also, she can use silent step to move to an area, then deactivate it. Since there are no prints showing how she got there, she can run a very weird path that leads to nowhere, confusing Jackal if he is trying to track her down. Now, of course, Jackal can always scan the prints and find out where you are, but if he's out of his scans, he has no way of telling where you went. So just consider that as a strategy. But seriously, silent step does help because you can just get right behind him and blast him. It's really fun to do, actually. Two other operators that can kind of counter Jackal are Frost and Capcom. They can each place their traps and hope he runs into it. This really depends on the Jackal player. If he's not aware of his surroundings, the trap should be able to pick him off. But if this Jackal is very cautious, the traps are pretty much useless. Another soft counter to Jackal is Mute. Mute's jammer affects Jackal's Inox the same way they affected Drone. When Jackal is near the jammer with his ability active, the Inox will be affected slightly. But if Jackal is directly over a jammer, he will see the massive color and sound distortion the same way Drone sees and hears it whenever you run into one of those and you can't move or anything like that. Think visual and sound and then put it on your actual player. It messes with you sometimes. Those are the combos and counters I can think of. If I missed any combos and counters or any team comps that you think Jackal could work well in, please comment below and let me know, because I won't know if you don't tell me. That is it for this Jackal guide. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you like Jackal? Do you think he's one of the better operators in the game, or is he completely useless in your opinion? Can you see him being used more in casual or ranked play? I don't know, so let me know in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Rainbow Six Siege content. I'm the Battle Moon, and I will see you in the next Siege.